All right, man. This is Lost in Seattle again with another video here, and we're gonna speak on not just Malcolm X. We're gonna go into a deeper, go further into this police constant assault on black men and boys. But obviously, it came out and hit the news and became a big topic. Malcolm X family says letter shows NYPD and FBI conspired in his murder. It actually was a not an informant, I'm sorry, undercover cop who came out. I think he's the one who was there, and he had a letter to pass on when he dies. Almost 56 years
What
since the day. What we got to say?
what was he? This man.
He was black.
Dude.
Almost 56 years since the day Malcolm X was assassinated in New York City. Lawyer and family members of the civil rights and black nationalist leader released new evidence that claims showed the NYPD and FBI conspired in his murder. Are we surprised by
That ain't
this?
nothing new.
Yeah,
We knew that shit.
I mean, it was pretty
We've been
obvious.
telling y'all for years about the FBI and the CIA and all that shit.
But black men are just conspiracy theorists, and he's
Shooting,
paranoid.
what were they shooting into you, making you have heart attacks
Yeah,
and
the heart attack
everything?
gun. Black men were talking
Allegedly.
about. They were talking about that in the 70s and 80s, and they were called conspiracy theorists. That was black men who was saying, man, they got guns that'll shoot you and give you a heart attack. And then, years later, they
said,
came
"No, it
out on
won't."
board and admitted, yeah, we got a gun that can actually make you have a heart attack.
Yeah, they were like, that won't that gun that shot him. He was on that damn heroin.
To heroin, but it comes in the front of the deathbed. It comes, I'm sorry, it comes in the form of a deathbed letter attributed to the former undercover NYPD officer who claimed he was pressured by supervisors to lure two of Malcolm X's security men into committing crimes a few days before the assassination. Now, ain't that the same damn thing that the movie Judas and the Black Messiah? What happened? He convinced them to do that, the shooting and stuff.
Mm.
And then when they was in prison, he was weaker. They're in jail now.
Yep.
Anyway, it's funny. It's the same thing we use against Malcolm X. The arrest kept the two men from managing door security at the Auburn Ballroom in Washington Heights on the day of the shooting, according to the letter. The letter, written by Raymond Wood, was authorized. So he wanted this letter to only come out after he died.
Mm.
I don't understand. Why not say something when you had all this time? You wanted to make sure you were dead so you didn't have to deal with the shame.
Coward.
That was very cowardly.
Cowardly.
But at the same time, he said he was forced into it. Could he have quit his job or something?
He could have quit his
He was
job.
undercover, so he couldn't just leave, could he?
Yeah, he quit.
So you expect him to be? He's an undercover officer. Quit his job and stay
Where?
stay undercover, or just start being a part of that lifestyle of civil rights in the civil rights movement.
He didn't necessarily have to.
He can't just disappear from them, and then the cops might expose him. He's no longer an officer.
But that's why you go and you confess what you're doing, or you never start from the beginning. Never do it. Never accept to do it from the beginning.
Okay, I agree. So, under the direction of my handlers, the letter states, I was told to encourage leaders and members of the civil rights groups to commit felonious acts. Last year, the assassination was the subject of 6-part Netflix series. Netflix is making money off of this shit. They've been making money off all these stories. Now they got a new documentary coming out about Biggie.
How many fucking Biggie Tupac documentaries are we gonna have? What more we need to know? We know who did it.
But yeah, the NYPD obviously probably has something to do with FBI. The FBI didn't comment on the story. But we know why, because they're guilty.
The people that did it be all up in the videos.
So look, we got another example of this shit going on. Killed for jaywalking. Police under fire for escalating the stop of black man.
Important news in the ongoing reckoning for policing in America. The Black Lives Matter movement has drawn more support amidst those national protests last year. It clearly catalyzed reforms in some state laws, as we've been covering, but shooting a black man to death over what is an alleged instance of jaywalking. Kurt Andres Reinhold asked police exactly where he jaywalked. He seemed to be disputing it. Cell phone video taken by a witness at the scene also shows him appearing to try to walk away from police in the encounter. That's relevant to whether he posed any potential lethal threat initially. Then they tackled him. You can see a shot of this here, an apparent escalation.
See, this is where you have to got to put your pride aside. When the officer said, "Hey, you're jaywalking," you have to choose.
Do I want to right or want to live?
I would just say, "Sorry, officer. I didn't mean to jaywalk. I'm just trying to, cross the street." And he said, "Don't do that again." I said, "Okay, thank you, sir. Have a nice day." I completely understand the anger. Be like, jaywalking. I wasn't fucking jaywalking. What the? Sometimes we cannot escalate situations because it may cost you your life.
Yeah. You don't have the ability to be right as a black man. And you just don't. There's so many stories of these other people whooping on cops' ass and, able to get away with their
Like
life.
people be beating the shit out of them.
But we don't have that ability. So you have to go out of your way to get away from these people. Look, the less time you spend in front of these cops, the better. Do whatever you got to do to get away from them as fast as possible.
Which ultimately leads to another officer asserting that Reinhold had the officer's gun. Then 2 shots are fired, which killed him. A warning, the video is disturbing.
Yeah, I don't want to watch the video. I don't watch shooting.
So now their
killing,
excuse is when he was on the ground, he had the officer's gun.
apparently. But before that, I'm trying to get to this part here.
What?
There was a clip of the cop admitting that they don't even know if the stop is justified or not. So it's so strange how a man could die for jaywalking, allegedly. It's insane.
It's not. Because it's become so normalized with the things that black men are being killed by. I'm not shocked when I hear stories about somebody being shot for jaywalking.
Well, we got another story here. An 18-year-old arrested while walking home from work in the snow.
This was some shit.
This is
The man is
so
walking home from Walmart.
It was so stupid. It was almost funny. It's like you can't make this shit up.
Police have dropped charges against a teen who was arrested for walking in a Plano street during last week's winter weather. The entire encounter was caught on camera. The high school student believes he was arrested because he's black, but Plano's chief of police believes his officers' actions were not racially motivated. Fox 4's David Santendri has the details. David.
Natalie, the 18-year-old says video of George Floyd and other black men killed or hurt.
Don't he look familiar?
Not to me.
Okay.
By police officers makes him feel uneasy around law enforcement. Plano's chief of police tells me he's dropping the charge because it does not fit what officers were initially called out to investigate.
Hey man, whoop. You trying to get home? Are you trying to get home?
18-year-old Rodney Reese was stopped by Plano police officers while walking home from work at Walmart during the Texas freeze last Tuesday night. Police say someone called, concerned that a black male wearing a short-sleeved shirt was stumbling along the icy conditions.
How you stumbling? It's snow. Of course you're going to stumble.
I'm going to tell you, this is another situation of pride.
Now, hold on. He said, and I can't say he's wrong, he don't want to even deal with cops because of...
Okay, but when they came up and said, "Sir, is everything okay?" "Yes, ma'am, everything's okay. I'm getting home from work. I'm on my way home." "Sir, would you like a ride home?" No, thank you. I'm fine. You have a good day.
They weren't going to get away that easy, though. Let's be honest.
And he's not stumbling. He's walking in the snow and he bow-legged.
He's a tall dude. He black. They weren't not going to let him just walk away without showing ID.
Show your ID and move on along.
Look, man, I can understand it's cold. I'm trying to get home. Why? Leave me alone.
Well, it's going to take longer to get home if you just keep...
If they just left me alone, I wouldn't be too long at all.
But I do, like you just said earlier, just comply and go home.
It was a welfare check. Reese lives with his mom just a few blocks away, right down the street from where he works. He repeatedly told officers he was fine.
Sir, look, we just want to talk to you. All right?
I'm on the way home. I'm straight.
Okay. Okay, but you're walking in the middle of the road.
I understand that. My bad.
He kind of did say, "I'm walking home." You walking in the middle of the street? Okay, I'm walking home. Sorry, my bad. So he did kind of do what you said.
I do this every night, literally. I'm straight.
Okay.
But at that point, they had been walking for like 2 or 3 minutes, and
They could walk. They could turn away now.
Yeah.
But their pride.
Just stop.
Wait. Their pride is getting in the way now.
Yeah, their pride.
So
it's no doubt about it. And I'm not defending the officers. I'm just saying, if he wanted to just stop. I'm walking home from work. What do you need from me so I can get where I need to go?
Have you ever had a gun pulled on you?
No, I have never had a gun pulled on me.
I have. You want to get away from them. I'm just saying. I had the same situation happen to me, the exact situation. Did you forget? The exact situation that this had happened, this was me.
Nigga, you really go use that situation right now.
Isn't that the same?
So they pulled a gun out on you and...
I was walking to work. They said, I saw the cop on the edge of the damn block creeping. I'm wondering what he doing.
But you complied.
Listen, I didn't know if they were stopping somebody, it was a stop or what. I could have turned around, but I was scared if I turned around, they're going to think I'm running from them. So I kept walking. I get up there, I got flashlights and guns in my face, telling me where I come from. And basically, the end of the whole thing.
And you didn't tell me about the guns part.
Yeah, they had guns on me.
So they pulled out a gun and pointed it at you.
I had about 3 guns in my face. Yes.
Okay.
And then when I found out, they asked me where I live. I told them where I live, and the cop came behind him and said, "Yep, he's right." I'm like, "Wait, y'all been watching me since I stepped out of my crib?" They watched me from the second I came out of my house till I got to that point down the street. So I don't know why they was watching me.
But you complied.
Yeah. Okay. They asked for my ID. I said here. Even though I was late for work, but I said here.
Yeah. I mean, you could have not made it to work. You complied.
Some people a little bit more, especially when you're getting home. You ain't got a coat on. You're cold. You're trying to get home.
First of all, we have to ask, why the fuck is this Negro out here with not no fucking coat on? Who does this shit?
Hey, maybe he worked.
But hold on, he is from Texas.
Yeah,
Texas people are not used to snow. But
still, he probably don't got a coat that can deal with that weather.
He got a fucking coat.
Yeah, but he probably ain't got a coat to deal with no snow.
So he has some sort of a sweater, a fleece, something.
And he from Texas.
Put 2 on. 3.
He from Texas.
You ain't cold or nothing? No. With that cheese shirt on?
Officers continued to follow him, however, for 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
So this is the only. Hold on, you said they were following him for. So he told them this right here, I'm good, about a minute into the walk.
Okay.
Their pride came into it.
I think the problem was he never stopped. He kept walking, and they're trying to have a conversation.
He has a bag of snacks in his hand. He has nothing on him. You can tell he got nothing on him. Just leave the man alone.
Dude, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
I know you're not. I'm just saying.
Doing an investigation. I don't care. I'm going home. You were officially detained. No. Yes. Yes, you are. Bro.
Before handcuffs were placed around his wrists.
Just relax.
Just relax, all right?
Just relax.
We're just trying to talk to you.
I got an anger problem. Please get off me. No.
Stop.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch you.
Yeah, you didn't stop. Put your hands behind your back now. You are not free to go.
Why?
The next thing you do is going to be get a charge right now.
For what?
Because you're pushing on an officer.
I'm not pushing. How am I pushing on?
Reese was arrested for walking in the street. The official charge, pedestrian in the roadway. The high school student spent the night in jail.
Are you fucking serious?
It makes you upset.
That's the cops. You talking about that was the cops.
Dude, we know that.
Like, how the hell did this dude walk in the middle of the street, and because he didn't want to stop, you put him in jail for a night? Like, come on.
They just treated me like I was a criminal or something.
The teen says he was walking along the street because the area off to the side of it, seen in this photo taken the next day, was covered in ice and snow. He says he kept walking away because he didn't need help.
Just a simple encounter. A simple encounter. That's why I tried to dodge you. So I could make it home. I don't know.
So wait, I'm wondering, is that their shop?
What shop?
It's not they're in a shop right here.
I don't know.
A hair shop or a barber shop?
It's something. A salon? Something. I think it's a salon.
Friends and loved ones say he's just a good kid with a clean record who was scared.
I know the kid's character. I know the kid's demeanor.
Plano Police Chief Ed Drain backs his officers for checking on Reese.
There's a lot of information that we know about this case that we didn't know at the time. Those officers did not know.
Bring out the black man.
He the chief.
His age. They didn't know he was 18. They didn't know he worked at Walmart. They didn't know where he lived.
First of all, you were in the roadway, which is a safety hazard, and you're not supposed to be in the roadway.
Still, he says the arrest wasn't consistent with the reason officers went out there, a welfare check. He says the 18-year-old was difficult to cooperate with, but that he has a right to not cooperate. He's dropping the charge.
They should have taken him home, is where he should have gone.
The police department will determine if an internal investigation is warranted. Chief Drain doesn't believe...
It just shows these police officers are poorly trained. That's what I get from this. They handle that situation so poorly. It's so poorly handled.
Like, if I was a police officer and I see this person out there, I'm just going to go about my business. Like, somebody says, there's somebody that's stumbling, and I would go and I was like, sir, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
And we say, yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to get home.
Yeah, once I hear he's coherent.
He didn't sound like he was
not slurring. I'm like, oh, he good.
Okay. I was like, sir, have a good night.
Mind my business.
I was like, you want to ride? No, thank you. Okay. Right. Have a good night.
They just so on a power trip. It's just crazy.
Because it's control.
Yeah. So
power.
We got another instance. Louisiana cop tries to choke a 13-year-old black child to death in broad daylight. Now I watched this video. I think he a little over exaggerate that title there, Mr. BSO. I think you.
It don't matter. He put his hands around
his neck. Yeah, but you kind of exaggerate that he tried to choke him to death. Now let's see your reaction to the video.
So they arrest 13-year-olds now?
I don't know. A video circulating showing a BRPD officer trying to arrest a teen. The family says the teen, 13, was alleged mistaken for someone else when the incident occurred. They say tonight he's home, but they want answers from the department, so that's not excessive. Now, this is the statement by the Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome.
Sound like
the evening, a concerning encounter between a BRPD officer and a juvenile in our community was brought to my attention. It didn't use. That's kind of a weird word to use there.
Why would she use juvenile? When you think of juvenile, you think of
delinquent.
You think of criminal. You think of a little
badass little boy.
Little badass.
Yeah, I'll have viewed the short snippet of video and snapshot shared via social media. What? How about you get the actual police video?
You just snapshots.
The actions I viewed prompted me to contact our chief of police to ensure that he was aware of the situation. Chief Paul has assured me that the reform system that has been implemented under our leadership will allow for prompt, transparent review. So wait, they have a reform system there already, and this is still happening.
Yeah.
I want our community to know that the relationship between our community and the police is very important to me. Officers have hundreds of encounters they will never hear of because they go without incident. Yes, it is incumbent on me to use my role as mayor to bring attention to those that are questionable in order to help build public trust and ultimately encourage the best policing tactics for our officers. I am resolute that we will have a unified and safe Baton Rouge. Is it Rouge or Road?
Rouge.
Rouge?
Baton Rouge.
I heard them say it differently though.
I've always heard it called Baton Rouge. Well, black people have said it. The ones I heard them. We switch shit
Baton
around.
Rouge, Baton Rouge. I've heard it both ways.
It's like Moulin Lady, the movie Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
French. So it's Moulin Rouge, Baton Rouge.
Okay. We will solve our toughest issues together.
Sounds like your typical
bullshit artist. Most encounters are no problem, so you don't hear about them. Well, that's what's supposed to happen. See, as a police officer, you don't get a chance to have a bad day.
Nope.
Like, because somebody could die.
When you have a bad day, people die.
Yeah, when you have a bad day, somebody go to jail for no reason or they die.
Like,
you can ruin somebody's life as a bad day.
Based on how your attitude or how you feeling that day.
You can take somebody to jail, and because they are in jail, they lose a job, they lose an opportunity somewhere, or you can kill them.
That's why your mental has to be.
You can't have a 95%.
No, you have to be 100%.
You need to be 99.9% success rate. But that's just another example with the Malcolm X thing coming out, which I think we already knew. And these three cases are just more examples of the police state versus the black man and the black boy. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I guess that was a dumb question.
It was.
But anyway.
I thought it was a rhetorical question.
Well, you got to make sure, because nowadays people don't answer stuff. They can. I didn't say But anyway.
Yeah, YouTube come back to get me. Well, I didn't say anything. It was him that said,
Anyway, man. Thanks for viewing the video, and all praise to the Most High.